Hi, and welcome back to Flipped Learning, Spanish Edition. Today, we're going to be talking about the present tense of stem-changing verbs. Are you excited? I know I am, so let's get to it. Stem-changing verbs in Spanish. Those are the verbs that change from E to IE, O to UE, or E to I in all forms except nosotros and vosotros. They are often referred to as boot or shoe verbs. We prefer boot because if you draw a really crooked line around the forms that change, it ends up looking like a boot. Well, let's take a look. And here's three very common boot verbs: perder, servir, and dormir. Perder means to lose, and it changes E to IE. And as you can see on your screen, when I draw a really yucky line around the forms of perder with the IE, it looks like a boot. That's a great way to check yourself when you're doing verb conjugation practice. Draw that line and see if you've got a boot. Servir is an E to I verb. The line again shows us it's a boot. The nosotros and vosotros forms don't change. On a side note, only IR verbs will ever change E to I. In case you were wondering, only IR verbs change E to I in the present tense. And last but not least, our third type of boot verb, it's an O to UE verb, and it's our favorite, dormir, to sleep. O to UE, duermo, I sleep. I am sleeping, I do sleep. A couple things to be aware of: reír and sonreír. These are both E to I boot verbs. Notice they're also IR verbs, like I said before. But what makes them weird is that accent. Notice the accent on the infinitive in reír and sonreír. Well, that accent makes a reappearance in the boot. Look at this. So, in our boot, the E changed to an I. Rio, ries, rie, rien. But we also have that accented I because reír and sonreír have an accent. You're also going to have the I outside the boot, but we go back to the E, and the accent is still going to be on the I. Okay, so it's only the I getting the accent each time. Boy, is that annoying or what? Then we have UIR verbs. UIR verbs are kind of like a Y boot verb. Why am I saying that it's a boot verb? Because the Y only appears in the boot. Okay? Huyo, huyes, huye, huyen. And there's some other verbs like that as well. And last but not least, we have an accented boot verb. So not only do we have the three traditional boot verbs, O to UE, E to I, E to IE, now we've got Y boot verbs and accented boot verbs. Some verbs that end in IAR, only some, the I has an accent in the boot, and some verbs, only some, that end in UAR have an accent on the U in the boot. You'll see at the bottom of the page some verbs that follow this, and you will also find on Quizlet a list of boot verbs, and it's going to include all the different types of boot verbs that you need to know. E to IE, E to I, O to UE, Y boot verbs, and these accented boot verbs, okay? There'll be a major list on Quizlet because, yes, you need to know which ones do what. Oh, God. It would also be helpful if you knew what they mean, so the meaning's going to be on there too. Knock yourself out. Not literally, though, please. All right, that's it for boot verbs, or boot verbs, or boot verbs, whichever. Please feel free to check Quizlet for those lists that I mentioned and study up. Until next time, this is your Spanish teacher, God help you, signing off. Bye-bye.